When we built our house here, everywhere was so fine. I was so happy. But later on, the erosion started. When the erosion started, it destroyed many areas, destroyed many roads, many houses in this community.
The gully became very deep, up to 30 meters deep. Though you could not believe it now, the people living here, most of the landlords, they died through hypertension, heart attack, so many things like that. The person will just go inside and sleep, he will not wake up again.
The erosion, just the if rain will fall, every rain will fall. The ground will just break. Deep one, no be saying a small one. Road no go dey again.
There was one major disaster that happened when one bike man was washed away into the gully.
The gully will collapse, and before we knew it, it had buried 1 or 2 persons.
We had a very big gully that can take a 4-story building or more, and we started shouting.
You can imagine where you were living comfortably, gradually you're losing the land. Every rain, you lose a portion of your land.
We cannot go to our farm. You can't make a farm, you can't harvest, you cannot even near there.
All those people, when I first put for here, there were 3 tables. They carry their go with bench when the table is there for you. Those people, when they buy markets, they just carry their go.
My house was here. Erosion carry it almost at the foundation level.
We suffer so much in the hand of this erosion. Unexpectedly, carry a lot of our things, even our babies. When we say put for rain, as rain before, the erosion carried them away.
Vehicles were carried, motorcycles carried, the human beings who some died. Before you talk about many buildings that fell into the gully.
NEWMAP is Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, a new approach to dealing with the issues of gully erosion, which is the last bus stop, as we may say, in terms of land degradation and environmental degradation as a whole. In the past, several attempts have been made by different levels, at different levels of government, to address gully erosion in Nigeria. But these have not been very effective in addressing and reversing this trend. And therefore, NEWMAP came on board with a concept based on experience, based on issue of gully remediation in Nigeria.
Gully erosion is the removal of the soil along drainage lines by surface water runoff. It is the most striking erosion type because it has been identified as one of the major environmental problems. Many states in Nigeria are under the threats of this menace, with southeastern parts of the country being the most affected. It has numerous causes, and these causes can be both naturally and man-induced, but the underlying soil structure and the severity of unfriendly surface process play a key role. In southern Nigeria, some causes of gully formation includes geographic formation of the southeast, the friable nature of the soil, and the heavy torrential rainfall associated with the climate zone. Less attention to preventive measures to gully erosion, lack of water harvesting, indiscriminate refuse dump in drainage, and illegal sand mining.
The causal factors of erosion are several.
Basically, you can divide this into two. Those that are traceable to nature as well as those that are traceable to humans.
It started when my people constructed a new road to have access to the river. We really did excavate sand from the river a couple of times for some years. So our effort to get to the river caused that Gully erosion.
It all started very long time ago when the hole was very far down. We thought no go come to this our area. This house was inside a very big hole, this upstairs. We arranged almost 100 bags of sand from the dam to enable us cross to the other side of the road.
By 1991, the erosion effect had become so serious that the church became worried.
The St. Thomas Aquinas Road connecting the church to New Agbo Road was also off.
So Anambra State, it's unfortunately suffers one of the greatest devastation of Gully erosion in Nigeria.
We have in Imo State over 385 identified erosion sites that are at different stages.
Before now, the Gully was giving us problem. It almost chased us out of our community.
In fact, in my words, I describe Calabar metropolis as a city under siege by gully erosion. Very, very threatening gullies. Some of them could be as much as 100 meters deep. Some of them as wide as 50 meters.
Before the intervention of NEWMAP, we're having problem of security. Even sometimes when we have bad electricity, we don't see people to fix it. Most of our poles, the transformers, were washed inside. Several times we have to reclaim it and we extend it to another portion. Before you know it again, it goes to that portion and that place will cave in.
The Funede College had about 2 blocks of 6 classrooms, all fell in. So St. Joseph Chosen Church, which is before our church, also caved into that gully.
The water just fence around our enemy here. There is a big tree somewhere here. At times when we are going to sleep, that tree will be standing. Before we wake up, a big, large tree, not a small tree, it will just enter that river. And so it will just flow it.
Some houses you can see when we came in, we saw the debris of some houses inside the gully.
But where for they say he carry her. For where at first you see they stay, he carry the 24 room there.
The scale of the problem goes beyond what a single country, states, or even communities can do on their own.
The NEWMAP project has been a great way of showing how to do things in collaboration, addressing the root causes of what has given this nation years of investments that have yielded no results with dealing with erosion. So I think that what they've done so far is really given us a roadmap to that. Right now we are scaling up from the 6 states to another number of states, and I think that that's an indication of its success.
So NEWMAP have a robust stakeholders engagement with the communities, policy makers, those in government, the private sector, the non-governmental organizations. They are all part and parcel of the operations and activities of NEWMAP.
Everything we do here in NEWMAP supports the people that we work for. And when I mean the people we work for, I mean the people whose houses are threatened. That lady, that man whose farmland is lost. That family that has lost a family member to a landslide due to erosion. These are the people we work for. These are the people for whom we wake up in the morning and address to.
They started calling me for meeting, World Bank meeting, NEWMAP in Palm House. So that was the beginning.
Relevant MDAs actually, who ought to be part of what we're doing, have been issued. We are called on through the platform of a steering committee and technical committees, where you have them represented through various ministries and the other departments and agencies. So at every point in time, we make sure that we carry them along.
We have given them utmost cooperation, and we want to keep giving them until our life is bettered.
We have a business model where we encourage stakeholders and donor agencies to deal, the World Bank in particular, and you cannot do that successfully without displaying transparency.
So the plan itself helps to bring the different partnerships, countries, business, governments together to try to implement what we need to do.
The engineering design takes care of a number of things. First of all, you do what they call hydrology studies, the rainfall pattern over several years in the area. So you know the kind of precipitation you're getting, how much flood you've seen. So take that into account of when you're designing your stuff. Secondly, you do what they call a larger catchment mapping using GIS, technologies such as GIS, remote sensing. So you're able to understand the topology of where you're working, how the flow of water, and how that's, ultimately culminates in the gully head that forms, for which erosion is formed.
NEWMAP is a game changer. Game changer in the sense that before the project finally was unveiled, they took time to actually study why erosion control in the time past has not been able to actually achieve much results. And as a result of their findings, NEWMAP came up with an approach, a different approach called Integrated Watershed Management Approach.
A technology whereby there is a robust combination of three aspects of the intervention works. One is the hard structure, the other one is the flexible structure that has to do with the gabions and the random matrices, and then with a robust inbuilt of vegetative work, such that you have a balanced ecosystem.
What makes us special is we look at the gully itself, we look beyond the gully, we go as far as the root cause of the gully formation, address it, and then also address what can affect it after we've done the work.
For over 4 years, NEWMAP has designed and implemented a good number of gully erosion remediation in the affected areas. So far, this project has achieved tremendous success.
I feel very glad. I appreciate God. I appreciate World Bank. I appreciate NEWMAP. I appreciate our governor.
I'm a beneficiary because my church is being protected. NEWMAP is doing very, very well. I can say that.
I say, World Bank appreciates you. Thank you very much.
Hearing that the World Bank, the NEWMAP, the government, the Imo State, the federal government are coming down to this remote village to intervene for our sake. Everybody has been so excited, and that excitement has carried us on till today.
First and foremost, I think it is about the gully to make sure that they are being cleared so that the water has to be channeled straight to where it's going so that blockage will not make it to reverse back. When the grasses has been planted, which we have to make sure we take good care of so that we don't set them on fire for them to burn. And in front of our houses, we have to educate everybody to plant trees, economic trees, ensure that they can even fetch something.
The primary cause is from the people, and if they do not know that, they should not be mining sand or laterite irresponsibly. So we deploy other means to support the general awareness and the campaign and the public education campaign to ensure that the people interconnect the activity effectively.
We all must take a stand to protect our environment, to save our lives, infrastructure and settlements, from gully erosion that's gradually destroying our land. solution lies in